I just want to thank God and my teammates for the win today. I mean, Jonathan Moxon's only one man, you know. I'm just one man.
Welcome to Watch Mojo. And today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 worst Southern accents in movies.
She doesn't like me.
Everybody likes you. This can't leave the office.
Okay, I'm confused. Why?
For this list, we'll be looking at the most ridiculous and offensive attempts by actors to emulate an American Southern accent. We won't be including any that are supposed to be intentionally bad, so no Daniel Craig in Knives Out.
That was I hired. Why would someone hire me?
What's your biggest problem with these accents? Let us know in the comments. Number 10, John Travolta, Urban Cowboy. Bud Davis, John Travolta's character in Urban Cowboy, is supposed to be from Texas, but you could visit all 254 counties in the state and not meet anyone who sounds quite like Travolta does.
Then Uncle Bob called me and told me you was hiring down here, so I thought I'd come down and check it out.
Here, instead of embodying the raw masculinity of the region and honky-tonk culture, Bud sounds like he's a northerner trying his best to sound like a Texan, much like Travolta.
Are you listening to a word I'm saying at all?
You shut up, and I mean it.
Although Travolta did plenty of research for the role, including visiting Texas, practicing with his own mechanical bull, and listening to a reading of the script in a Texas accent, he's never convincing. As Frank Bruni put it in the Baltimore Sun, Texas never sounded this dorky.
Come on, bud. I'll buy you a beer.
No way. We're going home.
At least he didn't lose his dance moves. Number 9, Jessica Simpson, The Dukes of Hazzard. Jessica Simpson is from Texas, so she should have a pretty good idea of how to do a convincing Southern accent.
Y'all ready to order?
The Dukes of Hazzard is set in Georgia instead of Texas, but that still doesn't excuse how Simpson's Daisy Duke sounds when she opens her mouth. Her drawl is so exaggerated that it sounds ridiculous even in a comedy like this.
Excuse me, officers. My car broke down up the street there, and I was wondering if y'all could help me out.
Well, yes, ma'am. We'll be happy to.
Oh, you're sweet.
Although The Dukes of Hazzard was a hit at the box office, it flopped with critics and fans of the original show. Simpson's film career didn't go much further, and this accent certainly didn't help matters.
Looks like you boys had the magic touch.
Number 8, Julia Roberts, Charlie Wilson's War.
So sorry for keeping you waiting.
No, it's no problem, Joanne.
There is no one universal Southern accent. Different regions have different accents, some of them very distinctive. In this otherwise excellent dramedy, Roberts plays Joanne Herring, a real-life socialite from Houston.
What's your problem with me?
But if you didn't know better, you might think Joanne is supposed to be from Louisiana, like Shelby, Roberts' character in Steel Magnolias.
I'm going to be very, very careful. Nobody's going to be hurt or disappointed or even inconvenienced.
Her accent is a deep South drawl that has no connection to Texas. Julia Roberts is a Southerner, born and raised in Georgia, but she should have spent a little bit more time around Houston.
Just tamp down the fervor.
I can't modulate God's will, sweetie.
You can try.
Number 7, Keanu Reeves, The Devil's Advocate.
I don't like him. I'm going to tell you some things during the course of this trial that are going to make you like him even less.
Some of the bad accents on this list come from actors just trying too hard. For this entry, it's a matter of simply not trying hard enough. In this supernatural horror movie, Reeves plays Kevin Lomax, a hotshot defense attorney from Gainesville, Florida, who starts working for an unsettling law firm owner played by Al Pacino.
You look like you could use a drink.
Yes. Yes, thanks.
The Canadian Reeves wouldn't be our first choice to play a Southerner, and he seems pretty indifferent to the idea of sticking to any one accent.
Stop. Back up.
If you weren't paying attention, you could completely forget Reeves' character is supposed to be from the South. We still love you, Keanu, lousy accent or not.
What are you doing, baby? You okay?
I am now.
Number 6, Alec Baldwin, Ghosts of Mississippi.
But if you could pull this off, I think it'd do the state of Mississippi a whole lot of good.
And if I don't?
I'll pretend I never met you.
Alec Baldwin's breathy baritone has been used to great effect in both dramatic and comedic performances.
AIDA. Attention, interest, decision, action. Attention. Do I have your attention?
But as real-life Mississippi prosecutor Bobby DeLauder, who in 1994 helped convict Byron De La Beckwith for the 1963 assassination of civil rights leader Medgar Evers, he doesn't sound like he's spent much time in the South, Mississippi or otherwise.
Well, thank you very much.
You can hear him trying, but that's exactly why it doesn't sound natural. And occasionally, he drops it completely. You can take the actor out of New York, but you can't always take the New York out of the actor.
No man is above the law.
Number 5, Leslie Howard, Gone with the Wind. Gone with the Wind is a Southern set epic, but the casting for the main characters leaned less Bayou and more British. While Vivien Leigh did an excellent job of convincing audiences she was Southern belle Scarlett O'Hara, the London-born Howard sounds like this is his very first time across the pond.
Actually, what's to become of us?
What do you think becomes of people when their civilization breaks up? Those who have brains and courage come through all right. Those that haven't are winnowed out.
As the object of Scarlett's affection, Ashley Wilkes, Howard sounds as British as a cup of tea on a rainy day, with hardly any trace of Southern charm to be found.
Oh, Scarlett, if you knew what I've gone through.
Gone with the Wind earned 4 acting nominations at the Oscars, but Howard was snubbed completely. Could things have gone differently if he had actually tried for a Southern accent?
Is that all, Ashley?
All except goodbye.
Number 4, Emilio Estevez, Young Guns. Emilio Estevez was born in the Bronx and spent part of his childhood on the Upper West Side of Manhattan.
Hey, Charlie. Maybe you should stay. You can't shoot worth a piss anyhow.
While Billy the Kid, who he played in this 1988 Western, was also born in New York City, the similarities between the outlaw and the actor pretty much end there.
Go on, get!
Billy the Kid covered a lot of ground in his short life, living in places like Indiana, New Mexico, and Arizona. Estevez's portrayal lacks any kind of regional nuance.
Oh, yeah? How do you figure?
Then there's the fact that, considering his background, Billy the Kid might not have even had a Southern accent to begin with. So the biographical flick may be inaccurate when it comes to both whether Billy the Kid had one at all and with their lead actor's attempt at a generic Southern drawl.
You know, sir, I do admire you, and I sure would like to touch the gun that's going to kill Billy the Kid.
Number 3, James Vanderbeek, Varsity Blues.
All right, let's razzle-dazzle them dummy D's a little package 6, the old hook and ladder.
And that play don't work. Someone always screws up. We'll have a little fun then.
Forget practicing football. James Vanderbeek should have spent more time practicing his accent for this Texas-set sports drama. Now, to be fair, Vanderbeek, a Connecticut native, made an earnest attempt at sounding like a true Texan.
Playing football at West Canaan is not the opportunity of a lifetime.
Your attitude's wrong. Your tone of voice is wrong. This is your opportunity
For
here.
you! Playing football at West Canaan may have been the opportunity of your lifetime. But I don't want your life.
Unfortunately, it skews ridiculous, like he's taking part in a Saturday Night Live sketch. Also unconvincing is his co-star and California native, the late Paul Walker. But the comparison doesn't make Vanderbeek any more convincing.
We're always going to wonder. But we go out there, and we give it absolutely everything. That's heroic. Let's be heroes.
Vanderbeek has shown a sense of humor about its reception, though. In 2020, he shared an Instagram story where he showed his children some of the movie. His son, Joshua, aptly described it as the worst. And we thought we were tough critics. Number 2, Jude Law, Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. There's nothing good to be said about this accent, which finds Law, an accomplished British actor, sounding completely in over his head trying to play Georgian Billy Hansen, inspired by Danny Hansford, who was part of a real-life murder case.
You better watch yourself.
Law seems to be going for a mishmash of accents, with Southern barely making a blip on the radar.
I may be leaving tomorrow. But God damn it,
But here's the difference. When he went to pull the trigger,
you're leaving tonight.
nothing happened.
Years later, another attempt at playing a Southerner in Cold Mountain didn't go much better for Law. He's an actor of many talents, but this kind of accent just doesn't seem to be in his wheelhouse.
I've got no quarrel with you. Hey!
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Nicolas Cage, Con Air.
Put the bunny back in the box.
I knew you was a punk, and I was right. You've been playing us all along. You a free man.
I said, put the bunny back in the box.
When Nicolas Cage is in a movie, he tends to give it his all. However, that can lead to some truly baffling decisions, such as his accent in this thriller, which is unforgettable in all the worst ways.
Oh, shucks.
Cage plays Cameron Poe, a recently paroled convict on his way home to Alabama via a plane that's eventually hijacked by inmates. And while the movie provides plenty of brainless fun, Cage's accent is so bad it sounds like he's trying to make the entire state of Alabama angry.
If this thing goes bad, Locke, then I'm afraid my daughter won't understand. If you talk to my wife again, you tell her I love her. She's my hummingbird.
While he reportedly got training from a dialect coach for this role, it was either a very indifferent or a very ignorant one. If bad accents were a crime, we would find Cage guilty.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.